So now before I place in plants, I want to place in a section of fence to block out the side yard here. So we got to go up to the object library, we'll go to Hardscapes, we'll go to fences, and let's see if we can find something. Actually, this one here will probably work. So it's a little large, so I'm going to size it down just a little bit, because what I need to do, because it's straight, I need to warp it a little bit to kind of go along this line here to match the angle of the house. So I'll get it in position, then I'll go up to the warp tool, I'll click on vertical to tie the handles on the sides together, and we're just going to bring this up a little bit like that. Looks like it matches, and put it into place. Now I want to put a little bit of mulch in here before I place the plants. So I'm going to do that real quick by going to the Define Area tool. Now I don't have to be too accurate around the pavers because I'm going to send the mulch to the back. It's just a little trick again to make things a little bit faster, so you can be a little bit sloppier. So now I've got that area defined. We'll go into the Hardscape library. We go to grass and mulch, so we'll go GR for grass, and we'll pick this mulch here. And now I want to give it a little perspective for a little bit of realism. And now what we'll do is we'll send this mulch to the back, so it'll be behind the pavers here. So we go to send to back, and now it's behind it. I'm going to repeat the same process over here, but you know how to do it, so I'm just going to skip ahead. To place in plants is very simple. We'll go up here to the object library. You go to plants. I want to bring in an evergreen here, so I'll go to conifers. And then you need to find the plant that you want. They are organized by their botanical names in alphabetical order. Let's try this one here. Since it's highlighted, I'll double click it to bring it to the screen. Now this plant is a little large, so I need to get to these sizing handles to size it down. So you go to a corner handle, and when your cursor turns into the two arrows pointing diagonally, you click and drag the box down to a smaller size, and as you can see, the plant is sized down. Let's do a little bit more, because I want to place it right here on the edge as a foundation planting. And now I want to create a shadow. Since the light is on this side of the plant, it would be casting on this side. We'll make sure the plant is selected, then go to shadow, and as you can see, a shadow is now cast there. The shadow looks a little dark, so I'm going to lighten it up by selecting on it, right clicking, and let's put this down to say 35. And you can see it just lightened it just a little bit more. So now we've got that plant in here. I want another one over here on this side, kind of under this deck. So I'll click on it again. I click duplicate, and then I'll click over here to duplicate that plant, then right click to stop duplication. And now we want to size this one down even more because it's off here in the distance to keep it around the same scale. Now to make it look like it's behind the deck, we need to cut it away. So to do that, you go up here to the eraser tool, and you have different brush sizes. Because this wood is square, I'm going to use a square brush, and then I'll just cut along this board here. And it doesn't matter if you cut too much, because you can always bring it back. And we'll erase all this. Actually, this would be seen at the top. And now I'm going to right click with my mouse to unerase. Now you can use the unerase command, which does the same thing, but a shortcut is just right clicking. And now I've got a plant on that side. Now I want to bring in another shrub to put along the house. So bringing up this akuba, we size it down by dragging on the corner handles to size it proportionally. We move it by clicking and dragging on the plant. I guess I didn't mention that earlier. And I want to place it right in here. So it's going to be behind these two posts. So again, we need to cut it, but I want to show you another trick. If you go here to the eraser tool, I have a square brush selected, but let's zoom in here by pressing F10. My brush is about the same size as that post, so this should work pretty well. So what you do is you hold your mouse over here where you want to start cutting. Hold down the control key on the keyboard, then left click with your mouse and drag it so that you're lining up a cutting bar here. And then when you release your mouse, you see it cut in a straight line because you used a square brush. Let's do it again. I position my brush, I hold down the control key, I left click and drag, get it straight, release the mouse, and it cut right along that post, saving a little bit of time there. And we want to trim up the bottom of this guy. And we have it. Okay, so we'll click OK to exit, zoom back out. Now, placing plants is pretty much the same thing over and over, so we're going to skip ahead here.